I'm Sawyer Straw. As secondary students enter into new school years, they seem to feel anxious as they are very conscious about their social status among classmates and other anxieties like bullying. These anxieties are often not understood or noticed by administrators. For this fact, we as future educators must take the utmost effort to counter these issues in our classrooms so that the classroom environment feels safe and judgment-free.
And I'm Gino Tanzi. Social tensions are inevitable within our schools, and we must realize this as a fact. There have been measures taken to try to eliminate these tensions in some schools, such as allowing any student to take AP classes or removing the title of valedictorian. But these have done little good for extinguishing social stresses within the schools. Educators need to try their best to relieve the anxieties of students in their classroom by initiating a respectful, polite, and cooperative environment that fosters supportive interactions.
Mr. Snively?
Yeah? Hey, what's up?
I don't think I should be in the band.
Why not?
I'm not cool enough. People in bands are cool. I'm not cool.
Dude, you are cool. The way you play. Why you say you're not cool?
Nobody ever talks to me.
Well, those days are over, buddy. Because you could be the ugliest sad sack on the planet, but if you're in a rockin' band, you're the cat's pajamas, man. You're the bee's knees.
Bee's knees?
Yeah, the bee's knees. You're gonna be the most popular guy in school, trust me.
Okay, I'll do it.
Now listen, this is a big commitment now. You don't just say yes if you're gonna flake out later.
I won't.
Larry, welcome to my world.
Competition in the classroom is another facet that needs to be controlled. Competition insinuates that there will always be a winner and a loser. Every student must feel that they are a winner in your classroom. This is done with cooperative environments that give way to psychological safety of the students. When the environment is collaborative, respectful, and polite, boundaries can be crossed among cliques and crowds that outside of the classroom could otherwise not be achieved.
First off, children have to feel safe. They have to feel safe in what they're learning. They have to feel physically safe, but they also have to feel mentally safe. So they have to feel like they're in an environment where ridicule is not going to be a problem, where questions can be asked, and that questions are tolerated, that they're not made fun of either by the students in the classroom or by the teacher, and that the teacher gives an answer that will allow them to feel free to ask the next question. So they have to have that kind of safety as well as the physical safety from not being harmed by the teacher, not being harmed by the students, not being harmed just because they've come to school. And so we've got to create an environment that not only has the essentials of they can get a drink of water, they have appropriate lighting, the atmosphere as far as the heat and air are fine, but we also have to look at what are the other things that make environments safe. And those are when we feel secure within ourselves, when we feel like we're being taken care of and we're being protected, but at the same time we're free to explore and we're free to learn. And so in order to create that environment, there are some teachers who can do it naturally, and then there are other teachers who need more coaching on just how to set the room up, how to dim the fluorescent lights and use more natural lighting, how to create a way that students can ask questions if they don't want to ask them out loud. How can they ask the teacher anyway and not be made fun of or feel like they're being made fun of? Because a lot of times safety is a perception. And so what we've got to do is change the perception of every student to feel like they're safe when they come through those doors and that learning can take place.
Accordingly, setting classroom rules that strive for respect and consciousness of others' well-being and continually referring to those rules will help to foster a safe and supportive environment. Enforcing the social expectations of the class will help to eliminate humiliation and give way to respect and tolerance.
Exercises and activities such as team building, getting students to know one another on a more personal basis, communication building, learning to communicate effectively so that messages given and received are more easily interpreted, content mastery, basic and foundational skills, and concept development for acquiring higher order thinking that foster active engagement and collaboration among classmates in a supportive environment. Many barriers have been crossed with cooperative learning approaches and lasting face-to-face interaction among students.
Engagement to me, I think, is kids coming to school, kids wanting to come to school, particularly kids in high school wanting to be in class and in class on time at every class. It's about being in the task and not just on task. And what I mean by that is, I mean kids are actively engaged in what they're doing. They're not just churning out work because it's what the teacher is expecting. They're thinking a bit, what I would like to think, outside the square, adding more to the task than the teacher has provided. It's obvious when students are engaged when you walk into a classroom and it's not necessarily a quiet classroom, it's quite a busy classroom where kids are speaking to each other, where kids are speaking to teachers, where kids are thinking about how they're learning. I think that an engaging classroom is a motivating space where everybody has a share in that space and kids are comfortable in it to take risks, and also the teacher is comfortable with taking a risk in teaching as well as the kids are taking a risk in their learning.
In conclusion, establishing a safe and productive classroom climate is crucial to the success of your students in and outside of your classroom. By fostering supportive interactions, teachers are able to connect with the students and the students with fellow students in a way that is humiliation-free and supports creative and critical thinking. With respect, students are polite and cooperative so that effective collaboration can be achieved. Active engagement of students is important because of the benefits that it yields. This gives way to student participation in discussion and higher order thinking and learning.
Collaboration in the classroom is a must because of the benefits of peer learning. Students learning from fellow students through collaboration is an ultimate achievement in their learning process because students must fully understand the information at hand to be able to communicate to fellow students. Students must feel safe in your classroom environment. Psychological safety of students in your classroom is a basic need that must be nurtured so that participation is not hindered due to judgment or criticism.
On our very first date, he's a cool